Hi traders, this is Cynthia of Day Trade Forex, and in this video I'd like to introduce you to the enhancements that my coder and I have made to the new currency strength meter Pro template. And in the Pro template we have the trade button EA and the currency strength meter, and of course the Forex factory calendar headlines and the Fibonacci heat map, the red over bought zone and the blue over sold zone. So these are features that are in the Pro template, but the enhancements have been done to the trade button EA and the currency strength meter itself. The very first thing I'd like to show you is that we've made the currency strength meter on the chart a little bit smaller so it doesn't take up so much room. And of course it is movable. All you have to do is click this and it's movable, so you can move it any place that you like it. And the trade button EA is also movable, so you can put it anywhere you like on your chart. But the interesting thing is that now they'll stay in place wherever they are on your chart. They'll stay in place if you switch time frames. So I'm switching from a 30-minute to a 1 hour, and these stay in the same place, so that makes it easier for you when you're switching between time frames. The other thing that is enhanced in the trade button EA is we've now included the potential buy and the potential sell, which are the buttons that you can use to place pending orders. So depending on where the price is, it'll place 3 different lines on your chart, and I'll show you. We'll use the Aussie US dollar as an example, and you can see that with the currency strength meter, the Aussie is yellow 4.7, which means it's on the weak side, and the US dollar is red 7.1, so it's on the strong side. So people have been selling the Aussie and buying the US dollar, so the pair Aussie US dollar has been going down because we're selling the weak currency and at the same time buying the strong currency. So this pair is going down, and you can see it's been going down for several hours. Right now we have a green candle, so we're in a slight pullback. The RSI is still very oversold, and we could place a pending sell order because in a pullback, in a retracement, prices retracing slightly, but because the US dollar is still very strong and the Aussie is still very weak, after this pullback it's very possible that the price could start going down. Now this is the number of minutes left on this 1 hour candle, so we only have 2 minutes left on the 1 hour candle, and then we'll see what the next candle color is. It could continue the pullback up to one of these Fibonacci levels, or here's the Fibonacci swing. So if it pulls back here, then it's possible that at a later time in the day, if I kept watching this, that it would start to go down again. But in the meantime, if I don't want to sit at my computer and I'd like to place a potential sell order, then what I would do is click potential sell, and it placed a white line, which is your potential open price. So that's not very far removed from where the price is right now, so I could drag this line up here closer to the swing level right here. You see this is a Fibonacci swing, so if it pulled back that far and then started to come down, then I would be in this trade automatically, because if price gets triggered, if it pulls back that far, then it will trigger the sell order. So it's a pending sell order that might get triggered if price pulls back this far. At the same time, it's placed a red line, a potential stop loss line. This is the potential stop loss line, the red line, and it's placed a green line for the potential take profit. So you can drag all of these lines anywhere on your chart that you'd like. I like the target to be right around support 1. I think that's a logical target, and we've move the white line back to the swing. We could move it anywhere we like. And if we want a wider stop loss, we could move the stop loss a little bit. So now if we're not at the computer and price pulls back to the white line, the sell order will be triggered. And if we believe that this is simply a retracement, and we would believe that because we can see how weak the Aussie is and how strong the dollar is. However, these values can change. It's very possible that the price may never pull back this far, and it might just actually keep going down. We don't know. But if it retraces to our open price here, and then the sell trigger will get placed, at the same time the stop loss will be placed with the broker and the take profit will be placed with the broker. So this is a way to trade for people who really are experienced traders, to be able to not have to be at their PC all the time. If you can analyze charts and you know how to trade retracements, the potential buy and the potential sell is very valuable. Now, if you change your mind and you decide that you don't want this pending order to be placed, just click on potential sell and the lines disappear. So it's no longer a viable pending order. It's been deleted. So that's the potential buy and the potential sell. And if you're an experienced trader and you know how to use limit orders, pending limit orders, then you're going to enjoy this very much. Otherwise, if you're a newbie or just a beginner trader, I would not use the potential buy or potential sell, because you have to understand retracements before you can use those buttons. So just use your buy, sell, or close button. Now, the other thing that I've included is the profit loss info in your top right corner, and I've made the text bigger. However, the text overlaps right here and there's nothing I can do about it. My coder can't fix it, and it depends on the size of your monitor and it depends on your broker, but for me these overlap a little bit. But as you're trading during the day, this text here is your percent profit or loss for the day. So the trading day ends at 5 p.m. Eastern, so this will go back to 0. But so far you can see that I've only played around with this morning, but I made 0.267% profit. I think that our goal for the day should be 5 or 10% profit without over trading or breaking the rules. So this is just a test for me this morning to see that the button worked correctly for the potential buy or sell. This profit loss percentage for the day is something that you should keep your eye on because it might encourage you. But if you're over trading and you're having losses, don't continue trading, because often I have bad days where I can't do anything right, but I often have good days where I can't do anything wrong. So it's really nice to see the daily percent gain of your trades. So I just thought this was an interesting little feature, and I made the text bigger so you can really pay attention to it. Also, I've included my average daily range indicator on the top left corner, and I made it large because I want you to pay attention to it. This just applies to the chart that you're looking at. So this is an Aussie US dollar chart, so you can see the average daily range over the last 10 days for the Aussie dollar has been 48 pips per day. So it's not usually a very big mover and not anything that I normally pay too much attention to. But today it's moved very well at 78.6 pips so far today. And at 5 p.m. Eastern, today will go back to 0. And then the average daily range for the last 10 days might change a little bit. So those are the new features, and the next thing I want to show you is how you can use my trade button EA or my currency strength meter EA on different trading systems. So you know that I've created several color-coded trading systems, And I'm going to show you now how to use the currency strength meter and the trade button EA on other trading systems. And this is my currency strength meter pro template, which is a standalone template. You can trade out of this very easily, but a lot of you have some of my other color-coded trading systems, and a lot of you probably own other trading systems that are not mine. But if you buy the Pro template, I want to show you how you can use the button EA and the currency strength meter indicator on any other trading system that you might have. So I'm going to use my color-coded trading systems as an example. So I'm going to switch to AUD USD 30-minute chart from my basic neon breakout. So if you wanted to add the version 2 strength meter, that's the current version, you just left mouse click and drag it to your chart and then click OK. Now the rectangle width, you can make it wider if you like, and the height of the currency strength meter, you can make it higher if you like. So you can change these to anything that suits your monitor, your screen better than what the default settings are. So I made this a little bit bigger. So you can go back into the settings, just right mouse click on your chart, click indicators list, click the currency strength meter, click edit, and then the rectangle width you can make smaller, make it 70 instead of 80, and rectangle height you can make 20. That's just a way that you can make this smaller on your chart, and of course it's still movable. So you just click this and you can move it around. So that's a nice enhancement. Now if you want to add this currency strength meter to your favorites, then right mouse click on it and click add to favorites. And now it's in your favorites, so you can really quickly find it. For instance, if you want to switch to the Euro Aussie, this is my trend and flat system. So say now that you have the currency strength meter in favorites, just drag it over, click OK, and it's on your chart and it's movable. The next thing I want to show you is how to add the trade button. It's now version 2, so just left mouse click it and drag it to your chart, and it's going to open, and now you have to click load and choose what preset file that you want to use. So I have a lot of preset files in here from my other trade managers, so you have to find, here's Pro CSM, so we're in a year odd, so maybe I want to choose the day trade 1 set file. So this changes all of the settings within the inputs tab, and the default time frame is 30 minutes, but you can change this to be 1 hour. That means your stop loss and your trailing stop will be wider. So default for day trade 1 preset file is 30 minutes, and if you want a wider stop loss and a wider trail, and that means a bigger risk to reward, so your reward will be bigger, you would choose day trade 2, because that gives you, I didn't show you earlier, here's the first take profit. It will break even and lock in 250 points, which is actually 25 pips, and then trail by 100 points, which is actually 10 pips. So these settings, you have to learn these settings for the type of trading that you're doing, whether it's scalping, day trading, or swing trading. If you click load and find the Pro CSM set files, you'll have choices for scalping set files, day trade set files, and swing set files. So depending on your style of trading. But the default, when you just bring up the trade button EA for the first time, the default is going to be a scalping set file, which I know a lot of traders like to scalp. So here's a quick scalp and a scalp. So the scalp is the default setting. But if you're a day trader or swing trader, you don't want to use the scalp preset file. You need to click load and go find your day trader swing trade set file. You can use a percent of the account balance, which is set as the default at 2%. You can change this to 4% or 5%, whatever you want. If you would rather use a fixed lot size, you have to click this, use risk percent of account balance, and choose manual lot size. Then you can change your manual lot size. When you have your settings the way that you like them, just click OK. And here the button appeared right here, but you can move it around. Also, if you want to make the button a little bit bigger, just click here and you can see that the button width is 80 and the button height is 60. So you can change this if you want it to be bigger. Say you want everything to be a little bit bigger for some reason. Just change button width and button height, click OK. And now the button is just slightly bigger. Or you can make it slightly smaller. It's up to you, but now you have the ability to make the trade button EAs bigger or smaller, and also the currency strength meter you can make bigger or smaller. So the way you would make the currency strength meter bigger is right mouse click, go to indicators list, go to currency strength meter, click edit, and down here rectangle width is 70, so you can change it to 90 or whatever you want, 80. Change this to 40 or 30, whatever you like. Click OK. Close this, and now you can see your currency strength meter is much bigger. So this is for people who have poor eyesight, but of course your monitor has to be big enough so that it doesn't cover up too much of the price action, but you can move it far to the left so that your price action happening right here is not being covered up. So here is my London, New York Easy Color system. Oh, I forgot to show you. Let's put the trade button version 2 into our favorites. So right mouse click on the trade button EA version 2 and click add to favorites. Now you have your trade button and your currency strength meter in your favorites, so they're really easy to find. So just left mouse click, drag it over and click OK, and it's on your chart. Left mouse click, drag it over, and remember these are scalp settings, so if you don't want to scalp, you have to click load and go choose a day trade or swing trade file. So now you have your button EA on your chart. You can drag it wherever you like it, except for that with this template you might have to drag it somewhere else. So at least now you have the ability to rearrange your charts the way that you like them. So here you go. Now you're all ready to trade. So that's easy. And now this is my extra advanced breakout simple system. However, this extra advanced breakout simple system comes with my other trade manager, so you don't really need a trade manager on here unless you want the new one, but maybe you want the currency strength meter. So just drag it over, click OK, and then place it wherever you like it. And now you have the currency strength meter on this trading system. And here's my color-coded trend trading system. So you can drag the meter over, click OK, drag the trade button over and click OK. Now this trading system does not come with any kind of trade manager, so if you have purchased the currency strength meter pro template but you also have this trading system and you like it because this is a very popular one, but you want a trade button, then this is how you can drag the trade button over onto this chart. Here's my color ribbon surfing system. If you have that and you want the currency strength meter, just drag it over, click OK, and you want this trade manager. The advanced system already has my other trade manager, but if you want the newer trade manager, then just drag it over and then place it wherever you like it. So now I'm going to show you my new trading system that I'm working on. It's called Green Tomatoes for Newbies. It's going to be the most simplified template trading system that I've created yet. It uses my favorite indicators, but I've eliminated a lot of the busyness and indicators that I think for newbies are unnecessary. So this is my new one that I'm working on, and the basic system won't have the currency strength meter or the trade button, but the pro system will have it. So, and you'll have a template with these already loaded into it. So this is a trading system I'm creating for newbies, and it's going to be from A to Z how to set up your MT4 and just all of the basic things that brand new Forex traders who have never traded Forex, never set up an MT4 platform, don't know how to trade, and don't know how to use indicators. I'm going to be making training videos for everything from A to Z, and this is going to be for newbies, absolute newbies. So if you're already a Forex trader, you're not going to need or want this trading system unless you like the color coding that I've chosen for it and the absolute simplicity, because I've made this trading system to be about as simple as I can, but at the same time giving you enough information that you can make good trading decisions. And of course I'm using the smooth color candles, the trend candles that I like, because I think for newbies they're a lot easier to trade with, and they'll keep you from being a nervous trader. So that is the features and enhancements of the new strength meter and my new trade button EA. And the only other thing that I want to teach you is, in case you haven't done this yet, this is a way to speed up your MT4 platform to enhance it in case you find that with any trading system you're using that it becomes sluggish or non-responsive. And I just want to remind you, if you don't know how to do this yet, but every trader should do this for their MT4 platform. I totally believe that. There's no reason not to. So go up to your toolbar and click Tools, and then click Options, and then click Charts. And you see how it says max bars in history is 5,000 and max bars in chart is 5,000. This was the default when you created this MT4 platform, but it's too many bars in the history. It uses a lot of CPU resources, and if you're using a trading system that needs a lot of resources, leaving your MT4 settings at default like this will make your MT4 more sluggish and non-responsive, slow to react, or even say non-responding. So just change the values here to 5,000. That's the minimum, and that's all you really need. And of course, for expert advisors, you always need to make your settings like this. Very important. And then if you want SMS alerts to your iPhone or your Android, click notifications, and this is where you set it up. Email, this is works really only with Gmail, so you need to either do a Google search to see how to enable email in the MT4 platform to send you alerts. I have instructions if you absolutely can't figure it out, so you can email me for the instructions, but just a simple Google search will tell you how to set this up, but it must be done with a Gmail account. Speaking of Gmail accounts, I'm having a lot of trouble. I've been writing about it for a long time, that you must start using Gmail for business. So you must add a Gmail account to your PayPal profile and use that as your default email address for purchasing, because then when you purchase you get an automatic email with your download information emailed to you. But there's so many other ISPs that are bouncing emails now for spam prevention. Spam has become such a big problem that ISPs like Hotmail and Yahoo and Comcast and AOL and other strange ISPs that I've never heard of, like live.com, and then there's some German ones. I mean, all over the world, everybody's using different ISPs, and that's your main default ISP. I understand that, but you cannot use those ISPs for business because they're so spam preventative that they're bouncing emails from brand new first time email sources, which would be me. When you purchase something from me, your ISP is likely to bounce it. If it lets it through at all, you're going to find my email with your download information in your spam folder. So always look in your spam folder, and if it hasn't even reached your spam folder, that means your ISP has actually bounced the email because I'm an unknown source and it's trying to protect you. It's overprotective, but it just means that you cannot use your ISP for purchasing, and you need to create a Gmail and add the Gmail to your PayPal profile and select it as your primary email and use that for purchases. Then when you purchase anything from me or anywhere else and an automated email goes out with your download information, at least Gmail will let it through, although it almost always still puts it in the spam folder, but at least it allows it through and doesn't bounce it. So I'm just adding this to this video because it's become such a problem. It causes me a lot of extra work to have to deal with this, and it's totally unnecessary if you just start using Gmail for business for purchasing with PayPal. So I'm highly encouraging you to do that. It'll save frustration and time on your part. It'll save a lot of extra unnecessary work on my part. So it's a win-win situation for everybody if you just stop using your regular ISP for purchases via PayPal. Just add your Gmail to your PayPal profile and set it as your primary email, and then we won't have problems getting your download information to you. That's about it for this video. I can't think of anything else to say, but if you have any questions, just go ahead and email me, and I'm always happy to help. So thanks so much for your time and for watching, and have a great trading day.